Good morning, children. Today we'll do recapitulation of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo, written by Leslie Norris. Let us begin with the theme of the poem. The tiger is the denizen of the forest. It's a shame that such a powerful, agile, and untamable animal should be caged in a zoo. In his natural and wild habitat, he doesn't need help of any kind to hunt its own food. His hunting of deer at the waterhole may seem rather cruel. He hunts not for pleasure but for food. His presence in the natural habitat is necessary to maintain the balance of food chain. Sometimes the tiger may stray into human habitation. He only displays his strength and ferociousness, but he doesn't harm anyone till he is provoked. Even in the cage, he ignores all those who come to the zoo to see him as an entertainment. Like human beings, the tiger too loves and values his freedom. He shows his anger, hatred, and even defiance by walking about in rage in his cage. Human progress should not be at the cost of destroying the natural habitats of untamable and proud animals like the tiger. So in the poem, the tiger is caged in the zoo. So here we'll discuss zoo versus natural wild habitat. Before this, let me tell you about the two distinct settings, that is of zoo and of natural wild habitat. The first setting is that of the zoo, where the tiger is put in a cage and he is unhappy, he walks in quiet rage and he keeps awake till late at night. Second setting is that of natural wild habitat, where he is happy, he hunts his own food and he enjoys snarling in the forest and lurking in the shadow. Tiger has been personified in the poem, as the poet calls him he and not it. Okay. In the zoo, the tiger is caged in a zoo and his habitat is artificial. He walks in quiet rage. Children, that day I told you quiet rage is an example of oxymoron. Quiet is all silent, absolute silent. Rage is anger leading to violence. Both at the same time not possible, contradiction. That is why it becomes an example of oxymoron. The stripes on his body are very distinct and attracts all. The tiger moves very softly and quietly on his pads of velvet. Pads of velvet, example of metaphor. But the range of his movement is limited. He goes on moving around within the confines of his cage. The tiger doesn't relish the stares of the visitors. His rage or anger is suppressed. Moreover, he is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. His powerful and strong body is of no use to him as he is put behind the bars. His movements are limited. He is continuously moving about the length and breadth of his cage. He doesn't entertain the visitors. He simply ignores their presence. Now come to natural wild habitat. The poet mourns that the zoo is not the rightful place of the tiger. He is a denizen of the forest. His real place is in the forest. Had he been in the wild, he would have been lurking around in shadow. He must have been sliding quietly through the long grass to ambush his kill. He should be using the long grass and shadows as necessary covers to keep his movement undetected. He would know where he could get his favorite hunt, that is the plump deer. He should approach the water hole quietly where animals and deer come to drink water. Had the tiger been in the forest, he would sometimes stray into human settlement. He would stray around the outskirts of the village. These human settlements are at the jungle's edge. On seeing the villagers, he would open his long, sharp teeth and claws to terrorize them. But it would be just a show of power and strength to the villagers. He would have no intention of killing the villagers and entering their houses. The poet here tries to say that Generally, the tiger never attacks till he is highly provoked. Killing is not his hobby but only the necessity of his food. Yeah, and tiger can't even enjoy his sleep in the concrete cell. He remains awake till late at night. The poet describes how the day ends for the tiger. He doesn't go to sleep till the late hours of the night. He hears the sound of the cars of the zoo, officials patrolling at night. The stars shine brightly in the sky, and so do his brilliant eyes at night. He is constantly looking at the brilliant stars. Alas, he watches the brilliant stars only behind the bars of his cage. So the tiger is not happy in the cage. His freedom is curtailed. He can't hunt, he can't move freely. He is just what? A piece of entertainment for the visitors. Now children, come to the message of the poem. Locking ferocious animals like tiger in concrete cells of the zoo is not justified at all. Human freedom should not be attained at the cost of the freedom of animals. Tiger is deprived of his natural habitat and freedom, and his life becomes pitiable in the concrete cell of the zoo. So freedom, no doubt, is valued by humans and also by animals. Thank you, children. Assignment has been uploaded for today, and notes of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo also have been uploaded. Kindly go through the poem once again, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask your doubt in the live session tomorrow. Thank you, children.